People like Abdul rely on aid to keep them alive. The 15-year-old suffers from kidney failure, and the funds for his dialysis treatment in Lebanon, where he lives with his family as a refugee, come from an NGO, and that money is provided by donor countries. But now there's a risk those funds are running out.
I think about him day and night. What can I do? I can't do much.
A young Syrian refugee in desperate need of medical care is an all too familiar tale in countries struggling to cope with the influx of those desperate to escape the horrors of war. On the eve of another fundraising conference in Brussels, the call will be the same. More funds are needed, not only in Syria, but in the surrounding countries. One major concern is the children caught up in the conflict. In Lebanon, less than half of school-aged Syrian children are enrolled, and according to the UN, half of them will drop out of school by the time they're 9. At the London conference to Syria back in 2016, $12 billion in pledges were made, but some charities suggest that only half of that money ever actually materialised, and what did was extremely slow in getting through to where it was really needed. The war shows no signs of abating, as demonstrated by this month's suspected chemical attack, which prompted retaliatory airstrikes from the US, France and Great Britain. So the need to help those inside Syria is as great as ever. Stephen Lee works for a business school in London and believes there needs to be greater accountability.
Well, some of this money gets diverted away to similar causes. Some of it gets diverted away in the form of administrative support. Some of it simply is pledged but never realised. And I think, what's important here is that all of us hold these pledges to action.
Leading NGOs have also called for greater transparency from both donors and aid recipients when it comes to the donations, along with a clear plan on exactly what the money is to be spent on. What's at stake is people like Abdul, and whether they live or die. Sara Firth, TRT World, London.